Ice all on my wrist like what's the time?
I gotta leave her. Niggas be capping, they talk to the teacher. On my daddy joint.
In the middle of the Tesla wheel, keep that weapon on me, on wrestle.
You must be everybody.
Since I'm a hot nigga, I'm unorthodox than a motherfucker.
Hey, when you 2 generations, I'm little bro and big bro.
Wherever you from, you will get hated the most.
Whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
What's up, YouTubers? Thanks for showing up. This is What's the News, and I'm back with another video to share with y'all. Before we get it jumping off, y'all smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so y'all can get all the newest content. Please subscribe. But we got a former NC police chief charged with a lot of crimes, but they're stating that he's missing. I mean, I would have accepted on the run better myself, but come on, man. All these charges he has, and you telling me he's missing 80? He's faced more than 80 felony charges, but some of them are 4 counts of forgery of deeds of wills, 4 counts of willful failure to discharge duties, 4 counts of obstructing justice, 1 count of embezzlement, 1 count of obtaining records by false pretense, 1 count of larceny by employment. Man, look, this dude had a shitload of charges. I know good well he ran. Moving along. Hey, look, we got LeBron jumping off. He made a comment that he wants to play with his son. I think that'd be dope if he could play with his son. You know, is there any other NBA stars that did that? Play with their kids? I don't know, but he said where he drops the bombshell about his future in the NBA. My last year would be play with my son. I would do whatever it takes to play with him for 1 year. That's dope. That'll be good to watch. But let's check out Suge. Let's see what Suge got to say about
Rockefeller, Jayz, none of these guys have anything against him.
Do you like Jay-Z's music?
I mean, I think Jay-Z is, he does what he do what he do.
Right.
But, I mean, which is some good stuff, you know. But.
It doesn't sound like you like him too much.
I mean, it's not the point. I actually was.
Have you ever met him?
I never met him. The only thing I knew about Jay-Z that he came to L.A. a few times, and Dre and Snoop and Dre told him that when you're on the West Coast, you wrote a song for me, don't worry about nothing. Next thing I know, he was taped up, robbed, and gagged. But
who, Jay?
Yeah, Jay.
Out in L.A.?
Out in L.A. But, you know...
Who was responsible for that?
Who knows? But you know the thing about it, I think Jay-Z's a great guy because he's created what he do. And right. I do like Jay-Z, honestly. I've never met him.
But if these rivalries and these bad things exist...
Memphis Bleek says that's every cap in the world. Every ball cap, graduation cap, magic cap, helmet, all the caps in the world. Hey, I don't know, man. Suge claim he was gagged and robbed. That is funny. Man, Suge's a smart dude, man. He know what to do to make headlines. But he's a big-ass clown, man. I can see it in him. He really a clown. But moving along with all this news. Why we're not paying attention, the U.S. is moving into Ukraine. We finna go to war with Russia, man. It's been going down a while, man, but all the entertainment that I give you guys, I gotta give y'all some real spiel, you know. We gotta pay attention to what's really happening around us. I'm gonna let y'all check out this clip. And y'all let me know what y'all think. We finna go to war. It's going down, so I hope you guys are prepared. And until more news, this is What's the News. I'm out. Peace.
I guess the first question that I might have for you is, what do Americans need to know about the situation that's going on right now?
Well, since World War II, we Americans were the leaders in setting up a structure that was designed to prevent another world war. And that structure was the United Nations. It was the right of nations to defend themselves. It was respect for the sovereignty and independence of nations. And what the Russian action threatens is that entire structure. They say Ukraine has no right to independent policy, that Ukraine can be absorbed by Russia. And they want to go beyond Ukraine to take back what they consider their countries in Eastern Europe.
Help Americans, help us understand, why is this in America's interest to be involved with that conflict?
We've taken America's global leadership for granted in the last 70 years. The world reflects our standards, our ability to do business with minimal corruption, our ability to travel, the safety of Americans and American businesses abroad, the ability to bring in international investment into the United States and to invest abroad. Millions of American jobs depend on this. And really, the welfare and survival of our democracy depends on it. Back in the early years of the 20th century, Americans and American leaders understood that you couldn't really have a successful democracy if the whole of Europe was occupied by a hostile power. We know, for example, that Adolf Hitler, had he overrun France and Britain, his next target would have been the United States. And so for over 70 years, we've operated under this international system that's brought us peace and prosperity. We've made some mistakes. I think the invasion of Iraq was a huge strategic mistake. It was an unnecessary war. We were not successful in Afghanistan, but the system that we had established worked. Unfortunately, now with the rise of China and with Russia's rearmament, there's a challenge to that system. And on that system depends American prosperity. So you don't see it every day. It's like the air you breathe, the electricity that comes through the power lines. But if it goes away, it will have a terrific, horrible impact on our quality of life, our ability to survive as an independent nation. And the place to protect it is Ukraine.
General Clark, what can the Biden administration do to help deter Russia and Vladimir Putin from invading Ukraine?
As Russia continues to escalate its power and pressure on Ukraine in preparation for an offensive, in order to deter that, the Biden administration has to escalate the costs that Russia will face if it takes such an action. So escalating those costs means providing more weaponry, defensive weaponry to Ukraine. It means such things as starting to implement the progressively tougher sanctions against Russia, commensurate with their preparation to attack, and able to be reversed if they de-escalate. And it means fundamentally bringing in the power of international law against Mr. Putin. You know, it's illegal under international law to use forces and threaten an independent state like that. And that's why the Russians keep saying, oh, no, we're not threatening. But of course they are threatening. Even Mr. Putin said, if we don't give in, he's going to use, quote, military technical means against Ukraine. And when you have 100,000 or more troops staged there, when you've already launched cyber attacks, well, that's pretty clear aggressive intent. That's against international.
Ice all on my wrist, like what's the time?
I gotta live with niggas be capping they toe to the teeth on my daddy joint.
In the middle of the Tesla wheel, keep that weapon on me, on wrestle.
You must be everybody.
Since I'm a hot nigga, hot. I'm unorthodox than a motherfucker. Hey, when you
2 generations, I'm little bro and big bro.
Wherever you from, you will get hated the most.
Whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.